If you're a fan of Acer laptops, and let's be honest, we all are, you'll know they've always had a really cool way of naming their devices. We've got the Aspire, the Enduro, the Nitro, the Vero, but they've changed things up slightly with some of their newer models, particularly the Swift range with the Swift X, the Swift Edge, and then we have this little masterpiece, which is the Swift Go 16. Now this one falls into the all-rounder / premium category for laptop PCs, with Acer describing the Swift Go as slim, lightweight, and twice as cool. Now, before we even think about looking at anything else, I need to start with the screen. For the model I have here, it's a 16-inch OLED panel with a 16:10 aspect ratio. Now, why does that even matter? Well, OLED panels are capable of displaying over 60 times more colors than your typical LCD laptop display. Then you've got better viewing angles, darker blacks, brighter whites. Everything just looks more realistic, and it almost feels as if the images are jumping out of the screen. And with a 16:10 aspect ratio, you've got more height to work with, which of course means more room for creativity. It is a 3200 by 2000 resolution with 6.1 million pixels. It's fully equipped with VESA Display HDR True Black 500. Say what now? Again, why does that even matter? This is going to give you up to 50 times more dynamic range, much deeper black levels, and incredibly accurate shadow details. It has a 120Hz refresh rate for that super smooth visual quality. And finally, it is TUV Rhineland EyeSafe certified to keep your eyes safe from that nasty blue light. The chassis is made from aluminium, so not only is it going to be lightweight, but it's also going to be very strong, and it's going to have that nice, shiny premium look to it. And straight away you can see the build quality is incredibly clean and sharp. And this could be my inner fanboy of darker colors talking here, but the steel grey option that I have, it just seems to match perfectly with the design language. The display can be tilted back to 165 degrees, and by doing so it actually elevates the device for a better typing experience, but also to allow for more airflow underneath. And while we're on the topic of keeping things cool, now is probably a good time to shout out the Swift Go's new fan design, with dual fans, copper heat pipes, all designed to strengthen the device's thermal performance and keep it twice as cool. For connectivity, on one side, you've got a micro SD card slot, headphone jack, USB 3.2 port, and a Kensington lock. And on the other side, you've got two USB-C ports with Thunderbolt 4, power delivery, and display port. There's also a full-size HDMI port and another USB 3.2 port. It's great to see Acer prioritizing high-quality cameras for their new devices because, let's be honest, no one has time for potato webcams in 2023. The Swift Go has a 1440p camera, and the color reproduction is pretty bang on. I had a quick look using my color checker video, and everything was better than what you'd expect from a typical laptop webcam. The backlit keyboard offers a great typing experience with a 0.9mm key travel, and they even managed to fit in the number pad. And yeah, the keys are a little bit smaller, but it's always good to see devices have that available. And the touchpad is actually a fairly decent size. Again, nobody has time for small touchpads in 2023. Plus, it's made from environmentally friendly ocean glass, which I believe is plastic waste taken from the ocean and then recycled to make epic shiny touchpads like this one. You want to know what my favorite thing about touchpads is? Other than being as oversized as possible? Gestures. And thankfully Windows 11 has a bunch of really handy touchpad gestures that are perfect for a device like the Swift Go 16. So you can spend less time messing around in menus and settings and all that other boring stuff, and more time creating works of art like this. Place 2 fingers on the touchpad and swipe horizontally or vertically to scroll up and down or left to right. Place 2 fingers on the touchpad like this and pinch to zoom in, or stretch to zoom out. Now, if you're like me and for whatever reason you always struggle to find the bottom right hand corner, first go, you can tap on the touchpad with 2 fingers like this to bring up the right click menu. Swipe up on the touchpad with 3 fingers to show all open windows. Swipe down on the touchpad with 3 fingers to show the desktop. Swipe left or right with 3 fingers to switch between open apps or windows. and swipe left or right with 4 fingers to switch between desktops. And if you really want to dial it in, you can head over to the settings menu, Bluetooth and devices, and select Touchpad, and here you can change the behavior of certain touchpad gestures to your liking. Looking at the specs now, this model is loaded with a 14-core Intel i7 1300H series Raptor Lake processor. Now, being an H series processor means this particular CPU is geared more towards the performance end of Intel's lineup. So if you're a content creator or like a graphic designer, or maybe you just want something with a bit more power to do more stuff, then having a CPU like this one will definitely help make that happen. And to round things out, it's also got a 1TB PCIe NVMe SSD and 16GB of RAM. Now, most would slot the Swift Go 16 into the all-rounder category for laptop PCs, and rightly so, because it does tick many boxes across the board, regardless of your personal needs. So we have an insanely crisp OLED display, super sharp camera, it's thin, it's lightweight, and you have a performance-grade processor like the i7 1300H to handle those tasks like desktop caliber gaming, content creation, and of course productivity. I mean, it ticks all the right boxes, but as always, if you are looking to upgrade or add to your collection of laptops, don't just take my word for it. Get your hands on the Acer Swift Go 16 and try it for yourself.